Hey, Alan here for Old English Outfitters. Some of our firearms today come from Europe. And a really old manufacturer over in Europe is Zastava Firearms in Serbia. And they're pretty old. They go back to like the middle 1850s is when they started making firearms. So they've been around for a while. They make pretty good stuff. They know what they're doing. Today, one of their popular products is based on the AK, the Kalashnikov action that we're also familiar with. Generically, of course, you call them AK-47s, right? Well, they make a variety of them, Zastava does, in a variety of calibers. And one we have here today happens to be in .308 Winchester, aka 7.62 by 51 NATO. This is a Kalashnikov type rifle, right? Chambered in .308. It's not a lightweight. It weighs about 8 pounds by itself. Comes with a very good 20-round metal magazine. Now, this is a magazine that's not going to be interchangeable with anything else that we're aware of. So if you need extras, you kind of got to get it from these people. Good solid mag, loads pretty easy, loads very much like an M14 or M1A mag would. Just push them straight in and all the way down, and there they go. Also rocks in the gun the same way that those types of guns do, which is basically the same way most AKs operate too, right? This rifle has some very cool features. Besides weighing 8 pounds, which is helpful with recoil, it also has an almost 20-inch barrel. The barrel's spec'd at like 19.58-inch barrel. So that's nice. You know, you got almost 20 inches. You're getting plenty of performance out of the .308 cartridge. The rifle itself is basically a Kalashnikov. Operates the same way that they all do, but it's got some unique additional features. The buttstock. We have a rubber recoil pad back here. Now, this recoil pad is pretty hard. It's not really soft, but it does a pretty good job. And actually, recoil in this gun is not too bad. So you do have this, and it will slide off. On top, we have this piece right here, which is an adjustable cheek piece. So I kind of got it pulled up right there. There's a button on this side of the gun right there that if I push it, I can push this down a little bit. And it goes down several positions, and it'll go down all the way pretty flat, which is how we shot it because we didn't put any kind of sighting system on it other than the iron sights that it already has. The stock is also adjustable for length of pull. You got a little lever right there, squeeze it, and you can bring that all the way out. Now, I'm not terribly tall and I don't have really long arms, so I shot it in the most closed position. But it does have a good range of adjustability there. So if you're a big, tall guy, you need it out a little bit, it's going to accommodate that. On both sides of the stock, both sides, we have quick detachable sling swivel mounts. One there, mates the same on the other side. So you can use your QD sling swivel, plug it in on either side in a couple different positions. This side of the gun right here, we have a rail assembly that's built in. Now this is for Zastava's rail mount. It'll attach there and it brings a rail up that sits on top above the receiver. Good way to mount a red dot or a scope or something like that. Attaches to the receiver so when you dismount the gun for cleaning, because on AKs you take the top cover off, you don't affect the mounting of the scope itself. Standard AK type sights. We've got this ladder type rear that you move this back and forth to change elevation. On the front sight we have the pin in the center protected by wings. That pin moves up and down. It'll also move left and right. If you got a pusher, it sits on a drum. So you put your pusher on there and you can move that front sight. So there's actually quite a bit of sight adjustment in these things. Normally you do most of that adjustment from the front sight and you just use this to adjust for particular ranges that are noted on the ladder style rear sight. On this side we have a standard Kalashnikov safety. All the way up is on safe, all the way down is on fire, and that's pretty much it. AKs do not lock open on the empty magazine as a rule, and neither does this one. We got some really good heavy-duty furniture up here on the front. We shot this enough to get it kind of warm up here. You can feel the heat through the furniture, but that's okay. It wasn't a big deal. You just feel that it was there. The gas system itself is interestingly adjustable in about 3 positions. So right there, it's actually possible to change how much gas you're getting through the action. So if it's starting to get super dirty or something like that, or you're using lousy ammunition, you can change that port to keep it running. We used some factory fresh Winchester ammo, just standard. I think it was 147 grain military ball, something like that. Worked fine, no problems, no malfunctions. Didn't expect any, didn't have any. The front sight tower is the front sight tower of an AK, and then we got that slant muzzle brake up here that's common on a lot of modern Kalashnikov rifles. It has the slots for a cleaning rod that goes under the barrel, which is common in these types of guns, but it doesn't come with one. The front sling configuration is the standard, just sling swivel plate right there. Most AKs have that, so that's your front sling swivel position. Usually what you do with these things is if you hook your front sling up there and you use one of these QD mounts, you can just let the gun kind of hang naturally in front of you here. It also has, regarding slings on the back of the stock here, there's a slot here at the bottom right there. That slot, probably you could run a sling through. You could probably even just wrap one around there if you wanted to. So a lot of flexibility there. Good sturdy gun. A couple things we noticed about shooting it. As I said, recoil is really not too bad out of this thing. It's heavy enough, and 308 in most guns doesn't kick super hard unless the gun's really, really light. But what we noticed was, if you get a cheek weld down on the stock, like I have right here, so I'm looking right through the back side to the front side like you're supposed to, this hard piece right here had a tendency to wrap you right in the cheek, which was kind of interesting and not very pleasant after 2 or 3 rounds. So what I did was I just lifted my head just a little bit right there and got my cheekbone up off that. And then it really wasn't bad at all. Didn't notice it so much. Now it did change my sight position a little bit. For the type of targets we were using, it really wasn't a big deal. Worked okay. If you're looking for a Kalashnikov-style rifle and you want it in 308, and some smart people over the years have said 308's arguably one of the best all-round rifle cartridges ever, and that's probably a lot of truth in that. It's a very good cartridge. It'll do anything you need a rifle cartridge to do for most folks. If you're looking for a Kalashnikov in that type of cartridge, 308, right here it is, the Zastava M77 PS. We've got a few of these right now. As always, check with us for current price and availability because it does change from time to time. But for the moment, we've got some of these. Very interesting gun. If you're looking for it, give us a call or check with us on the web. Okay. Well, that's what we have for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm Alan for Old English Outfitters.